back to another video. This is race 7 and we are in Singapore today, and we're just starting the formation lap. The big change for today's race is we have remerged the two leagues. So we had split at the beginning of the season into a Tier 1 and a Tier 2. And for this race we are all back together as one big happy family. So there's 16 of us on the track today. And I managed to qualify 12th. That's the best I could do. The suggested strategy here was medium hards, but I opted to modify that and go for medium, and then soft tires. And the reason I did that is because the hard tires, I did a test runs with them, and I don't feel too comfortable with them. I don't find I can push as hard with them. They just don't have the grip, and you lose a lot of time. So medium, soft is what it's going to be. My final pit stop, probably with 7-8 laps to go at most, and so we'll see how that strategy works out for us. Alright, back on the starting grid, getting ready to go here. The lights are red, and here we go. Not the greatest of starts. I had done better in my last couple of races. This was not one of them. And we've already dropped a position. All sorts of mayhem happening here. Cars on the left, cars on the right, and another McLaren on the right side there against the wall. And we get past the racing point, and we are now up in 10th place. So not the greatest start off the line, but we did gain a couple of positions right by the time we get to the first straight. So that's not too bad. We've got the AlphaTauri going on the inside, and he's going to take that position, so back down to 11 we go. And we've got Racing Point behind us, very close, and we're chasing down the AlphaTauri. Down the end of the main straight on lap 3, I've got Williams coming up behind me. We're still behind the AlphaTauri. And that Williams has been getting closer and closer, and he's going to make a run on the outside. I'll keep on the inside, give him a bit of room, but I think, yeah, he's going to take me on the outside of that turn there. Alright, so P12. He was on the soft tires, of course, as are the few cars in front of us, so we're hoping that maybe our strategy is going to pay off eventually here, because everybody on the soft is going to have to pit around lap 9, 10, something like that. So hopefully we're going to leapfrog them, and if we can maintain the pace, then maybe that'll be an advantage. We'll see how it goes. Coming up to the end of lap 4 now, we're behind the AlphaTauri who's on the soft tires, and well, he's pulling into the pits, so that's a little bit early for the soft, so maybe he clipped the wall or something, but in any event, we are now in P11. Chasing down the Haas on lap 5, and flashing yellow, and yeah, there's a Ferrari that's up against the wall there, and that didn't look too good, and virtual safety car, and we are now up in P10. Alright, back to green after the virtual safety car. We're coming up on the Haas, and we've got a lot more pace than him, so I don't know if either his tires are worn out or he may have some kind of damage. But yeah, we're really catching him here, so let's see what happens. I'm certainly down the main straight. I'm going to go for it for sure. And he's pulling into the pits, so obviously must be, there's another car going into the pits as well, so we're now in P7, P8, P6. Alright, so it looks like those that are on the soft tires are coming in. I had expected that the soft tire would last 7, 8, 9, 10 laps, but it looks like people are starting to come in on lap 6, so obviously with the heavier fuel load, those soft tires are not lasting very long, so good for us. So we're up in P6 now. Alright, further down lap 7, coming to the end of that lap, and we are 3 seconds, 3.8, 4 seconds behind the Racing Point that we've been chasing down. And we still have a couple laps to go before our pit stop, so, and we have a safety car. Alright, so that's interesting. I'm on lap 7. My scheduled pit stop is lap 12. So the idea was 12 and then I believe 24. So we'll go to lean mode here, save some fuel. Now, do I go in or do I not go in? That is the question. That's 5 laps early on the pit stop, so I'm really going to have to think about this one. I'm really not sure which way I should go here. Further down on lap 8, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do here. I've got 17%, 19% wear in the front and 21 in the back, so I'm still good to go for at least another 5-6 laps. The problem is that the safety car, when it comes in, we're probably going to be around lap 10 or 11, which will only give me 1 lap before I have to pit again. And even if I'm not using it as much under the safety car, and then the field will be bunched up, and then I'm going to lose a whole bunch of places unless I can stretch them out to lap 15, but even then. So I'm inching towards going into the pits here and changing these tires and then trying to stretch them out until lap 24 or something like that. So the Racing Point in front of me, interestingly, is on the same strategy. Well, he's on his original mediums as well. So I'm going in. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change these tires, and then I'll try to stretch them out and see what happens. And as you would know it, the Racing Point is also going in. So that's going to make it really interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what tires he comes out on, because that's going to make it really interesting. So let's see if our pit crew can do a really good job, maybe get us out in front of the Racing Point. It's going to be really close. Just missed that. He just came out in front of me. That was really, really close, and he is on the hard tires. So that's going to make it really interesting. Let's see what happens here. Of course, his strategy now is probably going to be to try and stretch this to the end of the race. That is 22 laps. That's I don't know if that's possible. That's a tall order. It may be possible. I haven't really thought about it, but anyway, let's see what happens. All right, we're about to go green on the end of lap 11, lap 12, which is exactly where we were supposed to stop in the first place, so this was a good decision. We are now in P7, so we only lost 2 places out of this, so all good. And there's an AlphaTauri going awfully slowly on the right, so we gain a position. We have a yellow flag localized, and we're past that AlphaTauri, and we are good to go, and we are in P6. What we have to do now is chase down that Racing Point as best we can. We have a tire advantage, and we're 3.7 seconds back, so let's see if we can chase him down. Alright, lap 17, and we have been trying to catch this Racing Point. He's doing a really good job because I can get within 3 seconds, sometimes 2.5, but I can't seem to get any closer. I am trying to nurse the tires a little bit. I've got 20% in the front, 21 in the back, so the wear is pretty even. And I'm really trying, I'm not pushing as hard as I probably could, but I really want to stretch them out to lap 24. That's really important. If I have to go to the soft too early, then that's going to ruin the whole thing. So I'm hoping that this strategy is going to work out for me. Of course, it would be really good if he had to stop and go for a set of soft or another set of medium, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but we'll keep pushing. Incidentally, the Williams that was in 4th place has gone into the pits, so we've both been promoted by 1 position, so 4th and 5th now. Coming up to the end of lap 19, I've got the Williams that had pitted, that was in 4th place, just coming by. He's very much faster than me. I'm not even going to attempt to hold him up there, and because the strategy here is to chase down the Racing Point, so I'm not really racing this Williams at all. End of lap 22, we're coming up behind that Williams that had just blown past us a couple laps ago, so he must have done something, I don't know what, but I shouldn't be catching him like this, so I guessing he damaged his front wing. And I've got a Red Bull behind me, and I'm a little perplexed. I'm not sure. There's only one Red Bull in the race, so he's either going to lap me, but I haven't seen blue flags or anything, or he's behind me, but he's not showing as behind me on the board, so I'm not quite sure what his position actually is. Just about to start lap 24 now, and our pit stop strategy is now open. And I've been paying way too much attention to this Red Bull behind me because I'm still confused as to what his position is, and I'm not seeing the blue flag, so he's not lapping me, and the car behind me is 40 seconds back, so I'm a little bit confused, and it's costing me because I'm now 4.5 seconds behind the Racing Point. So there goes that Red Bull again, so I'm really perplexed as to what is going on here. Alright, end of lap 24. We're going to resolve this Red Bull issue by pulling into the pits here. It's time to get the soft tires on and basically sprint to the end of the race. Alright, out of the pits we go, and we are in P5, and we got the Williams only 1.7 seconds behind us, and I'm 38 seconds behind that Racing Point. So unless he pits, I think that that'll be where I'll finish, because there's no way I can make up that time in the few laps that we have left. The idea is going to be to stay ahead of that Williams now, because yeah, he's catching me, but surely on the soft tires I should be able to stay ahead. We're also in rich mode, so we are pushing as hard as we can now. We're coming up to the end of lap 26, and the Racing Point has pit, and he came back out on the soft tires, so game on. He's got a little bit fresher tires, 2 laps actually, newer than mine. So this is a sprint to the finish, and we're going to be pushing as hard as we can to see if we can make up the 3.5 seconds. Lap 28 now, and unfortunately that Racing Point is a little bit faster. I cannot make up the gap. In fact, he's pulled out a little bit more. He's nearly 5 seconds ahead now, and my tires are still good. I'm still pushing in rich mode, but I'm down to just a little bit of extra fuel, so I won't be able to stay in rich mode until the end, but I'll keep trying. Coming up to the end of lap 30, I'm behind the other Racing Point, who moves over and lets me through. Thank you very much. And we are on the final lap. Managed to bring the gap down to about 3.3 seconds, but still in rich mode. I got about a lap of extra fuel. We're going to run on rich mode until the very end. A few drops of rain have started. The track is not quite yet getting slippery, but we have to be very careful. There's the winner in the Ferrari, and we only have 1 lap to go, and obviously now we just don't want to throw this away on the track that's getting wetter, so I'm just going to try and keep it together between the walls, and I think we're going to be able to finish in P5 here, and I'll be very happy with that. Alright, here we go around the last turn, and that will be a P5 for us, and well, it says P4, but I think there's some penalty adjustments that have to happen, as I heard over the radio during the race. But I'm very, very happy with this position. Starting in P12, this was even beyond my expectations, so the strategy played out really well for us here. And that was a very exciting race with the Racing Points, and a lot of fun. Alright, so there we go. That is a P4, although I think it ends up being a P5. There's some penalty adjustments that have to happen, as I understand, but very happy with that result, considering I started in 12th position. Our strategy played out, and all in all, a very good race. No mistakes in this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.